Welcome to the Jeremy Hill Show. This is a men's channel with men's content. If you are easily triggered, leave now because this ain't the show for you. Now, modern women, black women in particular, they cause a lot of problems in the black man's life. So what we're going to talk about today is black men learning how to deal with the loss of a woman. With the loss of a woman. Let's get into the subject matter. Excuse me. We must learn to accept our losses as much as we accept our wins. It is equally important for us to learn from our defeats as much as we celebrate our victories. Losing a woman is not a loss. I wrote some notes today. So, losing a woman isn't a loss. Some men contemplate suicide after the loss of a woman. Some men attempt to beat up or kill the new man that is in his ex's life. Some men turn to drugs or alcohol or both after the loss of a woman. And finally, some men cannot focus at work. They cannot perform on the job after they experience the loss of a woman. Now, when women leave men, some of us have a hard time getting over that because women, they will have an exit strategy during the relationship. While she's with you in the house or in the apartment or wherever she is, if you are cohabitating and she wants to get rid of you, she will slowly pull herself away from you. She will continuously smile at you, laugh with you, have sex with you. You can still have fun thinking you building memories at the home, go places with you, go to the zoo, go all kind of things. But she's trying to get away from you at the same time. So this is why most men are crushed at a breakup because they didn't see it coming. Women are calculated and cruel, and they plan these type of breakups. Now, the reasons why men act like this is because they are overvaluing the woman. They are over prioritizing the woman. They look out more for the woman than they look out for themselves. Now, again, losing a woman isn't a loss. It's not a loss. Losing your health is a loss. Losing your money is a loss. Losing your good credit is a loss. Losing your house in a fire is a loss. But losing a woman is never a loss. I don't care if that woman is your wife. I don't care if she's the mother of your child. You should never value a woman so much that if she was to leave you alone, that you can no longer function in society. You should never feel that if my woman leaves me, my world will be destroyed. The reason why men are like this is because in these type of relationships, the man has more emotional attachment than the woman. Whoever has the most emotional investment, the most emotional attachment is the weakest person in the relationship. If the woman has the least amount of emotional investment or attachment to that man, she has the most power. So this is why women can cheat on some men, disrespect some men in public places, do men dirty. Everyone knows about her doing him dirty, and he will continuously try to get her back. He will continuously chase her, pursue her, beg her back because he has the most amount of emotional attachment. See, if she doesn't have that, if she has just a little bit, but don't have as much as you do, now she can manipulate you. Now she can lie to you. Now she can tell you something and you're going to believe it. Now she can hurt your feelings. Some men are taught into cucking, C-U-C-K something. Basically, it's a man who watches his wife have sex with another man. You watching your wife having sex with another man. Some women can talk men into doing this because she realizes that he loves her more than she loves him. So she can have her cake and eat it too. So, there are some men who are married who go through a divorce, and the wife, of course, files the paper for divorce and wants to leave him. Married men who've been married for about 20 years, crying. And he has the mindset of a beta. Let me tell you how he talks. He'll say stuff like, I can't believe she would want to throw 20 years away of our marriage. That's a beta male because he says our, so he includes her in the equation. Even if she's running off and leaving him alone, He still includes her. He still sees her as his wife. Now, an alpha male would say if she was to leave him, he'll say something different, and it would sound like this. I can't believe I wasted my time on this bitch for 20 years. Two different mindsets, two different ways of saying that. One is regretful because a woman is leaving. The other one is mad at himself for being with a woman that long. That's the difference between a beta and an alpha male. Perception, perspective. That's the difference. It's a mindset thing. It really is. So a lot of you gentlemen feel that you can't breathe without a woman. You can breathe without her. Now, let me tell you some personal stories that happened to me in my life. I'm going to tell you about a person who killed himself. There was a guy named Oren. He was in the military too. We grew up together, about the same age. He was an officer in the military, matter of fact. He was an officer, had a promising future. But the woman that he was in love with, madly in love with, decided to leave him for another man. He found out that she cheated, took her back, but she wants to leave him now. This man killed himself because the woman rejected him. Every time he tried to, baby, please come back, I'm sorry, whatever I need to do, I'll change it. She decided to be with another man, and he killed himself. He had to be about 20-something years old. When I think about 20-something years old, he killed himself over a woman. There's another story I got of my uncle. His name is Harry. Uncle Harry. He was banging another man's girl. Okay? Another man's girl. And this other man, sometimes he'll be on drugs. He'll do PCP. Down here we call it wet water, embalming fluid. You dunk it, your cigarette or whatever, into something, you smoke it, and you hallucinate and whatever. So he found out about it, didn't like the fact that my uncle was hitting it. So he came down to my uncle's house. Now, mind you, when I grew up in the country, not where I'm at right now. I grew up in the country where it's sticks everywhere, like woods and stuff, kind of. So he came to my uncle's house while he was fixing his porch. He had a hammer, banging in, putting some planks on the porch or whatever. Came out there with a shotgun and high. Tried to kill my uncle. Shot at my uncle, threw high to hit him. My uncle rushed him. With the hammer, beat his brains out. Killed the man. Went to court, it was ruled as a self-defense because the man came with a shotgun. Now that man is dead over a woman. My uncle, he didn't go to jail or die, but he had to deal with the fact that he took another person's life, and that bothered him for years to come. It's not worth dying. A woman is not worth dying over. Another story, my last story. I grew up in high school. I was in junior high. I was a freshman. I was a freshman in high school. Had a friend named Chris. He was banging notice the pattern here? He was banging another man's girlfriend. We was teenagers, man. We weren't even grown men yet, but we still, we were teenagers. Teenagers have sex or whatever. So, the dude found out about him banging his girl, and he was madly in love with her too. And my homie Chris, he just was hitting it. He found him, and where I'm from, it's called the Front. It's a little like, how you got these little streets where everybody hang out on? It was called the Front. So he seen him, started shooting at him. Chris started running. He eventually shot Chris in his leg. Chris fell down. I ain't gonna say the dude's name because he out of prison right now. He went in for a while, but he came out. He went over there, stood over Chris, and popped him in his head. Took away his life. Killed him over a woman. Over a piece of ass, over a vagina. Now, the dude who killed him, I think he did about 10 or 15 years. Like I said, we were teenagers, to about 10 or 15, 20 years. And he's my age now, the dude that killed him, when I think about it. He's my age now, about 45. He's been out for maybe 7, 8 years, I think now. But one man lost his freedom, another man lost his life behind a woman. So I'm trying to tell you, gentlemen, losing a woman is not a loss. If you lose her, man, it's good, because sometimes when a woman leaves your life, it's because you can't take her to that higher level that you're about to get to, man. When a woman leaves you, you need to look around you and say, look, what is going on? Is there an opportunity for me to get to a higher level and she was just holding me back? Was she just dead weight? Was she preventing me from giving whatever it is I'm doing all the attention that it needed so I can move to that next level? Because most times women just leave because of that. Sometimes they got to get out the way. for you to be a bigger person, for you to become the most alpha version of yourself, a better version of yourself. So don't ever feel discouraged because a woman left you, man. I know it may hurt. Now, if you are that type of guy who have that emotional attachment more than she did, and you still heartbroken, all you got to do, bro, first it's gonna take time. But all you got to do, man, is be distracted. Do other things, man. Do what you like. You know what I mean? Cause or if you too weak to leave and you see that it's about to be a breakup, start pulling back emotionally while you're in the breakup. The same things that women do. Start programming your mind. I've done this. I haven't always been who I was, who I am right now. I've been through the simp thing before in my lifetime. 45 years old. I've had all kinds of experiences. You know what I mean? So what you have to do is consistently think that this is not going to work. I can do better. I will do better. Because once you break up or once she breaks up with you, have you ever noticed that there's a shitload of women that seem to come at you after a breakup? I don't know what it is. You can get more women when you're broken up because there's a lot of women watching you, especially how you treat your girl. Women are a dime a dozen, man. They really are. So let her go about her business. The grass is green on the other side for her. Let her stay over there, but don't take her back. See, when I close my heart, really close my heart, you can't come back. You know what I mean? And that's how you got to do too. So that's how I want to leave y'all this right here. I know I'm kind of stuttering a little bit. I don't know what it is. I'm stuttering or slurring my words. I don't know. Might be the wine I've been drinking. I've been drinking a lot of wine with somebody. So anyway, hope y'all like this video.